Okay, so got the smoker together. We did our first test run on it, the Smokehouse here. We did our first test run, and so what ended up happening is the duct vent here, I had a rigid one, and it got punctured, and so I had some smoke escaping from that. So I went and got a different one that's more flexible, and so there's no holes or anything. I've added a temperature gauge, and I've also ordered this rack. It's actually two separate grates, but it fits really, really well. So we're going to do our test run here, our second test run, to see how I know it holds smoke well, but now with the gauge. So I'm going to do a chimney's worth of charcoal here. I'm going to get it set up, and then we'll take a look. We've got our chimney started, and one of the things I would like to share is I keep corks from wine bottles. I just put them in rubbing alcohol. I think it has to be at least 70%. Grab a bottle of rubbing alcohol, 70%, 90%. And they have to soak for at least 24 hours. So basically, whenever we're done with our wine, I just always keep these handy. And I take one and put it underneath the chimney and light it, and then set the chimney on top of it. And so it keeps that fire actively going enough for the coals to heat up. And it's pretty cool. So we'll come back when the coals are charred over, and then we'll add those into what is going to be our firebox here for the smoker. Got my wood chips soaking here. Of course, as soon as I start recording, everyone starts talking. Got my wood chips soaking here. They're going to soak here overnight. And it's just been a couple of minutes, but I wanted to come out here to show you the chimney is really putting off a lot. And I don't know if you can see that little flicker of flame right down there. That is that cork that's been soaked in alcohol. So it's still lit, and it's functioning like a little pilot light under there. So we're going to let the charcoal get cold over a lot more. And here is the smokehouse. More of a smoke cabinet, but yeah. So once the charcoals are ready, we'll come back and put those in the firebox. Okay, so the smoke has dissipated. That usually is a sign that, yes, the coals are ready. Plus that fire. Got my tongs here, and that is how we are going to transfer the hot coals into there. Probably the quickest way would be to take the top off of here, but I don't want to mess with my setup. Let me see. Yeah, that's on there pretty snug. I don't want to mess with that setup right there. So we are going to do it the slow and methodic way. Let's see if I can set us up so you can see me. Not really. I think we need to set down low. Let's adjust. Well, I want to say it was an extremely tedious process, but I've got them all in there. So now let's go ahead and get this closed up. All right. And we do have smoke coming out of there. We'll keep side of this. I can get so you can see the smoke, and we'll give it some time. It's already starting to raise up. All right, so we got our fire going. Issue is I'm not able to get past about 125 here. So I'm noticing my firebox isn't really getting past 300 or 350. I think we just have to, it's just going to take some time to get enough coals and wood in there to get it up to temp. So I keep opening this to give it some oxygen, so we can get this chunk of wood. So I think when we're actually smoking it, we'll just have a whole lot of coals, plus we'll have the wet wood chips on here. So my goal for this test run is to just try to get it up to temp. I really need it to get at 200 for me to kind of feel safe on that. I know a lot of the smoke is coming out of here because I have this open, but I really need this wood and stuff to catch and stay lit. So I think that, again, I think the issue is I'm gonna have to have more charcoal, which I already know. Thank you, I already blew it. All right, so
We're ready to blow.
Stay tuned. Let's close that with the foot a little bit.
Yeah. You do have these gloves.
I need some new ones though, because... Okay, as soon as I set the phone down, we started getting higher temps here on the firebox, climbing towards 450. And look what's happening here. We are climbing towards 150. So again, we just got to make sure that this is getting enough oxygen here. So in order to kind of vent it, I'll have to keep this cracked open for a while, because the normal vent I've used here. So we're doing it. And I know once I can get it up to 200, then I'll be able to maintain it. What is she doing over there? Look at those two. Maybe we'll take a little whiskey break, looking at whiskey over there, and a little Tiffany break, and a little Shady Pines break. They have been working around the clock, as they should, because it's just been a lot of poor management on my builder's part as far as scheduling and ordering things on time. And so that is why it is December 23rd, and this, which, you know, we were told would be ready closer to the end of August. And yes.
Okay.
Sorry. Anyway, my mom was definitely supposed to be in there. I told him as recently as December 8th, look, I am on my way to Chicago to go get my mom. Will this be ready when we get back down here? And he assured me it would, and it is not. But that's a different thing. We are all about the smoker business. Let me pause so I can help my wife here. All right, we took a little break. What do y'all think the temperature is going to be reading? Let's see. Okay, we are at 175. And our firebox is 525. So we know it needs to be super duper high there to get here. This is exciting. We're almost to the 200 mark. Okay, and our last little check-in, our firebox is exceeding. So it is super duper hot in there. And here we have hit 200, and we're slightly above 200. So this is where we want it to be. that is our check-in. We are good to go for smoking the ham tomorrow. I'm going to close the firebox and see just how it maintains this temperature. All right, yes.